How many of you remember the olden days when we used to like, what's under the bucket or whatever, and there was a critter underneath there? I remember it, and I miss those days. I don't care. We're gonna try again. Full detail, old school skull cleaning video. Check it out. I got 2 pond cougars from my buddy Hayden. Yeah, man, snapping turtle. How cool is this critter? Let's take a quick look. I can't believe this spike on their tail. Wicked cool. Hey y'all, my name is Ryan Olson. That was me standing in front of the camera, and now this is me sitting behind a microphone. In short, I'm a DIY skull cleaner that loves to help and encourage others to do the same. For many, many years, I have taken and just covered all sorts of different species and how to do the skull cleaning. 23 years ago, I did a snapping turtle, and until today, I have not done one since. So the first step with most all skull cleaning is you're going to remove the head from the body. Pretty basic. There's an atlas joint there in the back. Slide your knife down till you hit that little spot and then separate it there. I'm going to play this in real time just for a little reference. So as you work your knife around, if you're hitting something hard, just move your knife in another direction. I know that sounds super basic, but if you're trying to saw through something, you're in the wrong spot. So for instance, there was these 2 little look like little boomerang bones behind the mandible or the jawbone. So instead of like trying to find where they went, I just cut around them and then I'll sort it out during the washing process. If you don't hit that joint exactly right, you can use a little Armstrong and it will typically pop right off. Then I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to clean out the tongue area, and I'm going to remove any of the loose skin that was on the neck just so I have a good place to start. You might as well take off anything you can with a knife first. Now I know full well that they look tough, but I believe they're very delicate. So I'm going to take, without boiling, I'm just going to wash this skull using a hot water washer. This is a 1500 PSI commercial hot water unit that's putting out 260 degrees, and I'm just going to spray it using the fan setting, and I'm going to blow off everything I can. My tagline is, you want to spray into every hole in every orifice. Anywhere there's meat or tissue, make it go away. Let's get to washing, y'all. Y'all check this out. I did not realize that snapping turtle has a like a keratin lip. I'm assuming, I didn't look it up, I probably should have, just like a bird's beak. And I messed up the first one, so I popped it off of this one because the power washer sort of exposed it, and I glued it back on the skull. You can see it at the end. I'm not a huge fan, but just so you know, those are like a removable lip made of something I'm assuming like keratin or something like that. Now with all the meat and tissue washed off, which is pretty uneventful, there's not a ton there and it's pretty easy to clean. Spray inside the nose, the brain, etc. Everything blew off pretty easy. So I put it in my normal boiling pot. I filled it up to the top so they were submerged with water. Then I give it 1/2 gallon of this GLB Aqua Silk, which is the newest generation of this peroxide. I buy it from the Pool Geek. Super important that you're buying shock oxidizer. I let it sit overnight. I pulled it out, rinsed it clean, and I picked off everything that had changed color in the peroxide. It's amazing what you can't see until it gets in the peroxide. What you missed will turn yellow and gelatinous. I picked it off with a pair of forceps. Then I set it in front of a fan to dry overnight. The following day, I glued the beak back on one of them. One of the skulls was smashed and the other one was partially broke. And I think they got a little attitude adjustment when they came, say, in the boat or when they got reeled in, just so nobody got bit. That's my guess. Then I put a coat of mopping glow on them, and this is the final product. I know that's probably poor lighting. We'll make it work. Okay, just a quick backstory on these. I had a gentleman reach out to me on Instagram, said, hey man, I got your snapping turtle, do you want them? I said yes. He graciously sent them to me, which is very cool. Thank you again, Hayden. He sent me 3 snapping turtles. A small one, a medium plus, and this is the one I did 23 years ago, 24 years ago, something in that time frame. So, I did this one first. I just knocked it out. I just sprayed it. It took 3-4 minutes. I sprayed it off with that hot washer. I dropped it into a mason jar full of peroxide and just left it a couple days. The next 2 you got to watch me kind of mess with. You're seeing 2 of them. I think that these snapping turtles came out of the water with a hook down their throat and got a bonk in the head. That's my theory. I could be wrong. So there was a little piece that was broke off back here. No big deal. I glued it back on, but this one was pretty much shattered. I also saved all the lip pieces and put them back on. So it looks complete from this angle, but it's literally missing everything in the back, and the power washer did not break it, if you know what I mean. Who else is crazy about their dog? Everyone. You should all be crazy about your dog. All right, let's wrap her up. Each and every skull, no matter the species, they're all just a little bit different, and they're all just a little bit special and unique. I would encourage you to try this. My recommendation on this, and I don't have these mastered, obviously, but I would say don't boil this skull. Even if you don't have a hot water washer, you could just wash this skull. So like a 1500 PSI washer, you could spray it clean. It's beautiful. You could also really easily do like that little mason jar maceration where you just take the whole skull, drop it in a mason jar, or any jar for that matter, and just let all the bacteria eat off the flesh and then whiten in peroxide. Anyway, thank you like always for watching. I love you. Until next time, be kind to one another.